Hi, welcome. And today we're gonna talk about matrix. So, what is matrix? Basically, matrix or matrices are a set of numbers arranged in rows and columns to form a rectangular array. Just like, for example, matrix A shows a 3 column and 2 rows, which its dimension represents a 2 by 3 matrix, while matrix B composes of 3 rows in 2 columns, which its dimension represents a 3 by 2 matrix. And now let's discuss some types of matrices. One of the types of matrices used is the identity matrix. An identity matrix is a square matrix in which all the elements of principal diagonals are 1 and all other elements are zeros, as what you can see in the example. To matrices, all the diagonals are 1 and the other elements are zeros. And now let's talk about transpose of a matrix. Transpose of a matrix is simply a flipped version of the original matrix. Just look at the example where the column 1, 2, and 3 were transposed to become its row, and the process is the same as well in 4, 5, and 6 column. And now we're gonna talk about some arithmetic involved in matrices. First is sum matrices. I'm gonna provide an example. First, we're gonna write the given. Matrix A given is 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, and 9, while matrix B is 5, 6, 7, 4, and 5. But in order to add matrices, they must have the same dimension. And this example has a perfect 3 by 3 dimension. What we could do is to add matrix A and B together, and the only thing we can do when adding matrices together is that we need to add number 1, and we will add that in matrix B row 1 column 1, which is number 5. And since both numbers are in row 1 and in column 1, after we add them together, they will be also in row 1, column 1. And we will follow this procedure as we all finish adding them together, which the number 1 in row 1, column 2 will be added in matrix B row 1, column 2 together as well, which is in number 2. And since they are both in row 1 and column 2, when we add them together, they will be also in row 1, column 2. And I will follow the same procedure with the row 1, column C in matrix A and in matrix B as well, which the numbers will be added are 3 and 7. And since they are both positioned in row 1, column 3, they will be as well in that position. And now we will proceed with row 2, column 1, which is 7, and value of the matrices were 1 plus 5 would be 6, 2 plus 6 would be 8, 3 plus 7 would be 10, row 2, 7 plus 3 would be 10, 8 plus 4 would be 12, and lastly, row 2, column 3, 9 plus 5 is equals to 14. Second example for some matrices. The givens for matrix A are 7, negative 1, 5, and 4, while matrix B are 2, 5, 4, and 3, which this example has a 2 by 2 dimension, and 7 will be added to 2, negative 1 will be added to 5, and in row 2, 5 will be added to 4, and lastly, negative 4 will be added to 3. And the last procedure is that we need to total matrix A and B components where 7 plus 2 would be 9, negative 1 plus 5 would be 4, and 5 plus 4 would be 9, and lastly, Negative 4 plus 3 would be negative 1. And now let's move on to product matrices. We were given matrix A 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, while the given of matrix B are 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. In order to multiply matrix A and B, we need to multiply the row numbers of matrix A to form the column numbers of matrix B. For matrix A, number 0 will be multiplied to matrix B number 6. 1 will be multiplied to 8, and 2 will be multiplied to 10. Now let's multiply matrix first row from the second column of matrix B. 0 multiplied by 7, 3 multiplied 6, 4 multiplied by 8, 5 multiplied by 10, 3 multiplied by 7, 4 multiplied by 9, and lastly 5 multiplied by 11. And they will have a product of 28, 31, 100, and 112. And now, let's move on to the second example of product matrices. Matrix A given is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, while matrix B given is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. We need to match the first numbers. Of matrix A and B, which is 1 and 7, multiply them. Likewise for the second numbers 2 and 9, and the third numbers 3 and 11. We can do the same thing for the second row and first column. Four multiplied by 7, 5 multiplied by 9, 6 multiplied by 11. And for the second row and second column, 4 multiplied by 8, 5 multiplied by 10, 6 multiplied by 12. We need to sum them up, and the total would be 58, 64, 139, and 154. So that's it for me. Just remember that learn at home, be healthy, and stay safe. Goodbye.